very good morning to all our viewers. I am Johanna Murray and I welcome you to another exciting episode of the Good Morning Show of Nagaland TV. So, to kickstart this show, we will have a look at a passage from the Bible.
I rise before dawn and cry for help. I hope in your words. Psalms 119, 147.
Such a beautiful passage from Psalms. Now we will have a look at a theme positive for today.
Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. Marcus Aurelius.
No matter what you're going through, you should always dwell on the beauty of the life. You should see on the positive side. You should think positive, have a positive mind, then you will have a positive life. So now we will have a look at the top headlines for today. NLA Speaker Sharingan Longkumar states incumbent state government has a strong political will to set up sports battalion to encourage and nurture young sportspersons and provide them platforms to excel at national and international levels. Special POCSO court in Kohima convicts men with 20 years imprisonment for raping 5-year-old stepdaughter in their home in Kohima Paramedical Colony on several occasions in 2019. Active COVID-19 cases count remains at 0 for 11th consecutive days in Nagaland as no new cases reported on Wednesday. According to State Integrated Disease Surveillance Program of Health and Family Welfare Department, 74 samples tested in the last 24 hours with 0 new cases. All India Medical Students Association, in order to seek deferment of national eligibility entrance test, files plea in Supreme Court of India to postpone NEET PG 2022. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites Nordic companies to invest in blue economic sector, including the Sagarmala project, and asks the sovereign wealth funds of the Nordic countries to invest in India. As usual, Mohan, duita paper deba print preview kurubo, ekta Eastern Mirror and ekta Morning Express. So now we will have a look at a print preview. First, we will have a look at Morning Express. Mohan Sawo ki headlines on front page teki ahina se. Modi arrives in Paris for talks with Macron. Modi, Mohanaga Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Paris Mungchishe Gushe. He will be speaking with France President Emmanuel Macron. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived here on Wednesday on the final leg of the 3-day nation European tour, during which he would meet French President Emmanuel Macron and discuss issues of bilateral and mutual interest. Mohanla Prime Minister Narendra Modi 3 days kani Europe tour kurishe aru itya taila final day de tai France puntishe to meet Emmanuel Macron and discuss bilateral talks. Bilateral meaning duita countries laga interest, duita countries nimide ki interest ase tahan la profit noele tahan la agenda kibani na, they will speak with mutual interest. Landing in Paris, France, one of the most India's strongest partners with our nation cooperation, diverse areas, Modi said on Twitter. Taiba Twitter, Mohalla Prime Minister bi Twitter de bishi active tage, and then he tweeted that he has landed in Paris, tahan tai tweet kurishe, and then he also he also called France one of the strongest partners of India and nation la cooperation diverse areas. Bonjour Paris, PM Narendra Modi arrives in Paris on a visit to France. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Arindam Bakshi said in Twitter. In Minister of External Affairs Barabi tweet kurina Mohanla Narendra Modi ke welcome kurishe. Prime Minister Modi will be among the first few world leaders to meet President Macron after his re-election last week. So France la election thagishe last week and Emmanuel Macron aru jitishe. He is a very young dynamic leader. He is just 44 years old, but now he is a very pishibawa kuriase and very dynamic. Congratulations to my friend Emmanuel Macron on being re-elected. I look forward to continuing to work together to deepen the Indian-France strategic partnership, Modi tweeted. Modi bataige congratulate Pikurishe on winning the elections and also stated that he looks forward to continuing to work and to deepen India-France la relation get deepen kurigena power jabo nimite tai wish kuriase. The meeting between the two leaders will see more ambitious agenda for the strategic partnership. Itu duita meeting nimite, itu duita leaders lang majode. We will see more ambitious agenda for the strategic partnership. His visit comes during the French presidency of the European Union. It also coincides with the 75 years of diplomatic relationship with India and France. India ru France laga ekta relationship, how relationship thagigina. It's been 75 years. So Narendra Modi exactly to 75 years they visit Korea. This is Modi's fifth visit to France after August 2019. August 2019, the last France de jaishe Modi aruitia taila fifth visit ase France de. President Macron visited India in March 2018. March 2018 day, Emmanuel Macron mohanla India debi aishe and both leaders also met the sidelines on the G20 Rome summit. G20 Rome de Loadam Debi Taijun Lok Paishe. Itu story we won't emphasize so much on this. Now we will go ahead with the next story, that is Nagaland man gets 20 years in jail for raping minor. Nagaland te ekta mota, from the headlines you can see that ekta mota ge 20 years jail di dalishe ekta minor ke rape kurani mire. Rape such a very big crime in the world, not just in the world but in Mohalla Dunya. Raping is a very big crime. A special POSCO court in Kohima has convicted a man with 20 years in prison for raping his 5-year-old stepdaughter in their home in Kohima Paramedical Colony on several occasions in 2018. So, itu special court ekta bra Kohima de 20 years karne ekta manuge rape tala bacha tala stepdaughter ke rape kurani mite tai ge jail de pataishe aru tala stepdaughter ke rape kurise tai tahan paramedical Kohima de thayadam de aru itu ek par hi noi dui par noi holewi alag time de tai ge rape kurise 2019 de. The Kohima Special Court has sentenced the accused Joseph Adivasi to 20 years imprisonment and a fine of rupees 5,000. Itu 20 years imprisonment pala naam. His name is Joseph Adivasi and he has been sentenced for 20 years with a fine imposed on him of 5,000. 5,000 fine bi terabi kushe and now he is in jail. The case was registered at Women Police Station and was investigated by USBI Tsuponi Tsurku of Women PS Kohima. Itu case to Women Police Station they registered kurigina thagishe and it was investigated by USBI Tsuponi Tsukru of Women PS Kohima. According to a press release from Kohima prosecution, from Public Prosecutor Kohima T. Marambamla. Idu kwa hisab press release ekta dishe tahan, and then there it stated that the case was investigated, was registered under Women Police Station and was investigated by USBI Tsuponi. According to the press release, Special Judge Y. Longkumar, while pronouncing the judgment in the open court of May 2, stated that the prosecution has successfully proved the charge under Section 376 Clause 2, Clause 3 of the Indian Penal Code, read with Section 4 of the Protection of Child from Sexual Offence Act 2012, beyond reasonable doubt of against Joseph Adivasi. So, prosecutor pra Joseph Adivasi lagao porde itu sob Indian Penal Code, that is IPC 376 Clause 2(3) pra key action do se under children laga under protection of children from sexual offences bitor de baki criteria te fit kuise do Joseph to that he has been proven guilty and now he has been sentenced to 20 years in jail. The court further observed that considering the nature of the gravity of offence, the provision of the Prohibition of Offenders Act 1958 will not be made applicable in this case, it said. The accused was convicted and sentenced under IPC as per the provisions of Section 42 POCSO Act, alternate punishment under provision which the court can impose greater in degree, the release stated. Itu court pragushe, itu case 20 years dinase, but it can increase as well because yede alag sections under which the court can impose provisions under which the court can impose tai kiki kurna se don sub judge kurigina maybe it will increase bi hole pare gushe. No COVID cases in Nagaland for 11 days. The active cases in COVID-19 cases count remained at 0 for 11 consecutive days in Nagaland as no new cases were reported on Wednesday. Mohan Nagaland te there has been 11 days COVID-19 cases natagina. Last year to bishi cases agishe. Last year and previous year bishi cases agina mohan sob bhui bra korte. We were all very scared. Our school han bi sob bond agishe, but it's a very good news that 11 days huishe COVID cases 0 thagina. Consecutive days in Nagaland, as no new cases were reported on Wednesday. According to the State Integrated Disease Surveillance Program of Health and Family Welfare Department, 74 samples were tested in the last 24 hours with 0 new active cases. Last 24 hours is 74 cases samples test kurishe will be active cases so 0 te tagishe. Igya mohan Eastern Mirror de jabo. Let's see what Eastern Mirror has in store for us. Government has strong political will to nurture sports person, MLA Speaker. Nagaland Legislative NLA Speaker Sharingan Longkumar Speaker on Wednesday said the incumbent state government has a strong political will to set up sports battalion to encourage and nurture young sports person from the state to provide them a platform to excel in national and international levels. Yade mohalla NLA Speaker, that is Nagaland Legislative Assembly laga Speaker Sharingan Longkumar para Wednesday din kushe ki Nagaland government political para bishi state strong political will ase to mohalla Nagaland sports battalion encourage kuria se to nurture young sports person national level de aru international level de jabo nimite tahan bishi try korese kushe. In Nagaland you see sports person bishi bhal bal ase manuhan bi sports te bishi bhal khile, but why mohan national level international level de jabo na pare gole? One thing is that yes, opportunity bishi lack kore. I agree. We don't get enough opportunities or we don't get the chance to compete like the other people. But mohan aru alag side deba sai shigule. When you talk about sports person, tahan do bishi alag thage. When you see a sports person, tahan la diet pi alag thage, tahan la training sessions alag thage. Mohan Nagaland te do itu footballers and hoili bi college chai gina maybe like during summer break no hoile winter break te tahan ni they just take part in tournaments. Hoili bi to be man power khile. So imagine tahan bacha time debara bishi power maybe like training digina diet pi alag thage, sports la do na bishi alag thage. Everything if you see a sports person taila routine bi bishi alag thage. They are very dedicated, they should be very disciplined aru alag format thage dunimite Nagaland te to seasonally thage. Everything seasonally thage dunimite mohan bhal ba focus kore lage. If someone is interested in sports utu bachage itia brahi nurture kurigina utula sports la fani wahi growth dibo lage, then only we can achieve in national and international level. That's what I feel. And then here the NLA Speaker announced that a turf will also be laid on football ground in Mokokchung. A very good news from Mokokchung footballers. It says that football ground day turf ekta banao will be laid on football ground in Mokokchung in the initiative of Chief Minister Nifirio. Tuinsang aru mondibi turf dishe now in Mokokchung as well. While expressing his sincere appreciation to the Chief Minister for considering setting up a facility in Mokokchung, he said that the project will be persuaded on war footing and laying of artificial grass should be done within 4 months. Itu turf banawale 14 months lobogushe mohalla NLA Speaker bara. Aru mohalla Chief Minister Nifirio gibi bishi thanks dishetai for making this possible aru for granting this. He also expressed hope that the next edition of the Inter-Ward Football Tournament and the Mokokchung District Association Football Association Trophy will be played on AstroTurf ground with him as the host. Sharingan kushe ki itu ahitaga next edition of the Inter-Ward Football Tournament to Mokokchung District Association MDFA Association tai tahan itu astroturf tahan ikya banai thaka te hi khilibo guna hope kurise ummid rakhishe and then tai hi host hobo kuina he also hoped that it will be him as the host. The NLA speaker also stressed on building friendship through sports for the next discipline in order to excel. Sports today we should always build friendship tagina mohan sportsmanship spirit ekta tagina khiliwole lage sports. So the NLA speaker also said that itu sports para friendship increase, friendship build kuribole labi. We should think about that kushe. It should be our collective desire to foster unity and friendship through sports. Itu mohan laga collective desire thakibole lage to in order to mohan laga friendship aru desire thakibole lage in order to build friendship. We don't have much time, so we will go to another news, that is crackdown on illegal sale of dogs in Dimapur. The Society for Prevention of Cruelty of Animals, Dimapur, and Animal Rescue Group, along with the Dimapur Municipal Council, Veterinary Department, Dimapur, and Police, and Dimapur Police conducted a surprise checking on illegal sale of dogs at supermarket on Wednesday. I don't know if you have seen this, but to apni supermarket jaile, you will see that there has been a lot of dogs lined up, line kurina bosta de haligena thage. So it is illegal to sell do illegal ase because it is animal cruelty hui jeshe. My point of view is that bikri kuribi dog meat is like a delicacy in Nagaland, and I am also an animal lover and animal activist. But muido itu do dog meat hi ban kurigena alak meat to like ban na kure do, it's like a hypocrisy for me. But yeah, dekho do animal cruelty idu kutahan ge pani bi na digina rasta de thake do it's cruelty, it's an offense. Dog meat to it's not illegal holibi kutahan ge cruel kurigina rasta dina rakhigena bandigena pani bi na digena whole day nya rakhya do, that's animal cruelty and it's illegal. Itu do illegal ase. Itu nimite bishi bhal kam ekta kurishe by the animal rescue groups of Dimapur with the DMC and veterinary tahan checking jaigena itu han sob rescue kurishe. The surprise checking was carried out in the presence of Gambura, Union President and General Secretary. Itu surprise checking do Gambura han thagishe aru Union President yate Union Sadar Gambura Union Sadar President aru General Secretary han sob thakigina checking jeshe. So last time Dimapur de I was walking through the streets and I saw the dogs tied up in the street, and I didn't know what to do because I didn't have the authority to stop. But of course and I did what I could, but I could not stop it. And I was thinking ki kunba itu la issue they be raise kurile, voice raise kurile balo hoine bhabishe. And NLTV has also gone ground report ade jaigina kutahan la itu ki hoise do hambi dikhaishe. But you know, we cannot stop everything mohan stop mala control dibi no hoy. So it's been continuing, and it's very disheartening to see animals being tortured in the scorching heat of Dimapur. Dimapur de kiman gorom dage mohambi jane, and without water, just tied up in a sack. Kolatak taiguri na thake. It's very disheartening to see that. Bishi heartbreak hoita de jaile moi. I feel very sad and very disheartened seeing that sight. So in Nagaland, we say that dog meat is a delicacy. That Naga manuhan bishi ase dia dog meat khabi, dog meat lovers bi bishi ase. And babina sailisi generally, if we see, you cannot say don't eat dog meat, don't eat dog meat. Mohan itu ko na pare, because when an animal is killed, like pig hobi, dog hobi, they go through the same pain, I feel. And then if we get hurt ki kutage marigina khaise, why don't we get hurt for hurting a pig, noile ekta cow or chicken? It's the same thing. So as maybe ekta animal activist ase, and I was a vegetarian for almost 2 years, but health issues due to some of my health issues, personal issues, I could not cope up with the diet anymore. So I had to go back to consuming non-veg again, which mogi bishi guilty lagishe, because I always fight for animals. Like at first I was also like, do not eat dog meat, do not eat dog meat, but I do not consume dog meat. But again, it's kind of moi animal ala khabi kind of felt guilty. So that's how I changed my perspective. So that is all for the print preview. Now we will wind up the print preview. Now let's have a look at the fact of the day.
Adele, an English singer and songwriter, was born on May 5, 1988.
Now we will have a look at our favorite segment, that is the morning melody.
너의 구시에 아시신 노ቬ모kia amra lakitoy nono imloiti die nono itiani tala no kikimiye hiba uikilu moaye kimye kyu kututa shivenya rengu no imlo pesu asheshi no uvelo asheshi no uvelo asheshi no uvelo no que oilomi rengu no imlo pesu asheshi no uvelo asheshi no uvelo asheshi no uvelo
মনলা শহীদ দেব খতম হয়েছে আপনি হানা জায়গায় প্লিজ ওয়েদার রিপোর্ট বি চাই লবি